Hi, this is our group presentation on how the Principality Stadium and its supply chain impacts Cardiff's economy and include the 6 rights of procurement. This presentation is by Lucy Howells, student number 300400056, Gavin Leonard, student number 300027767, Joan Goosey, student number 166533343, Deval Patel, student number 30007741, Shanice Beery, student number 300395000, and Jasminder Singh, student number 300327713. The content of this presentation will include an introduction to the Principality Stadium and the 6 rights of procurement, which are the right specification, the right source, the right quantity, the right price, the right time, and the right quality.
The Principality Stadium, formerly known as the Millennium Stadium, opened in June of 1999. The Principality Stadium has a capacity of 73,931 spectators. There are 34 public bars in the Principality Stadium. The Principality Stadium has contributed £2.75 billion in economic output during its 20-year period. Visitor spending has also provided an estimated £1.95 billion for the local economy. In 2021, the Welsh Government announced its plans to become a net zero country by 2050, which means that the Principality Stadium will have to create a plan in order to help the Welsh Government achieve the goal of Wales becoming a net zero country by 2050. This may include using environmentally friendly suppliers.
The 6 rights of procurement. Procurement is the act of obtaining goods or services. The 6 rights of procurement are a series of checkpoints to ensure the procurement process is ethical, effective, and efficient. The 6 rights are right specification, right source, place, right quantity, right time, right price, and right quality.
Once we become aware of a need, we must specify exactly what we need. We must be very careful when we draw up specification to involve the user in the process. The user will have a major input in the process as he or she is the person who knows the most about the requirements. The Principality Stadium specification is to be able to supply alcohol and alcohol-free drinks to the 34 bars within the stadium. When requiring a supplier, they also specify in recyclable packaging for the alcohol.
In order for buyers to be able to make the right source decision, they must know their markets. In addition, buyers should know where potential suppliers are based and be aware of production costs, wages, and distribution costs. Choosing the right source is essential. Choosing the wrong source may have severe consequences that can have a heavy impact. Single sourcing is where you use a single supplier for all inventory. Dual sourcing is where you use up to 2 different suppliers, and multi-sourcing is using more than 2 suppliers for everything that is needed. The Principality Stadium may use multi-sourcing because the stadium is so big, they just simply cannot single source or even dual source enough from suppliers, while multi-sourcing allows the use of multiple sources. The Principality Stadium may use a quotation over a tender because a tender is much more complicated to set out and complete, whereas a quotation is much simpler to make agreements on. With the alcohol contract that is being focused upon, the Principality Stadium should use a tender because of its high value. The source should be located within a reasonable distance from the Principality Stadium to minimise delivery delay and to ensure lower transportation costs. For example, Brains, one of the suppliers, is located in Cardiff. With the brewery being so close, we will encounter minimal disruptions. Many factors must be considered while choosing a supplier, including availability, quality control, firm size, and credibility. Quality control and credibility of a supplier is essential research to be carried out. Ensuring that the source offers good quality inventory is very important to enable the quality of our products to also be of a high quality. Ensuring that the supplier is credible proves that the source is therefore trustworthy and can be used. The Principality Stadium will be sourcing from Brains, Heineken, which the Principality has used for the last 10 years, and Templeton Beer, Wine and Spirit Co Limited, predominantly for its spirits.
The right quantity. Inventory is described as materials in a supply chain or in a segment of a supply chain, expressed in quantities. The right quantity in relation to the Principality Stadium is the ideal amount of beverage inventory for a rugby match day at the Principality Stadium. The Principality Stadium has a capacity of 73,931 spectators, and therefore the Principality should calculate the right quantity based on the capacity and previous sales of beverages. Right quantity. On average, 60,000 pints of beer are consumed on an average rugby match day at the Principality Stadium. 60,000 pints is the equivalent of 34,000 litres or 7,500 gallons. Assuming that there are 6 rugby games per year held at the Principality Stadium, that is 45,000 gallons of beer that would be consumed. There are 36 gallons per 1 beer barrel, and the Principality Stadium have partnered with Heineken until 2025. In order for the Principality Stadium to have the right quantity of beverages per year, they will need 1,250 beer barrels per year. And as they are in contract until 2025, they will need a total of 5,000 beer barrels per year. However, as the Principality Stadium intends to close the bars at the end of half-time till the end of the match, the quantity required may become slightly lower. Right quantity.
The right price. Any buying decision is affected by many factors. For example, quality or delivery responsiveness. In other words, a total cost of ownership approach, rather than a pure focus on price alone. If the Principality Stadium don't use the right pricing strategy, this can cause profit loss and lead to over-budgeting. The average price per barrel of beer is £680. In order to supply the Principality Stadium with beer per year, it would cost over £851,000. To supply the Principality Stadium with beer for 4 years, it would cost over £3.4 million. This is the iceberg diagram for total cost ownership for the Principality Stadium. Total cost ownership includes all costs associated with acquiring a product. Most costs are hidden and often not considered as part of a product cost. The hidden costs for the Principality Stadium suppliers for alcohol may include delivery costs, delays, training costs, inspections, waste handling costs, and inventory costs.
The Principality Stadium would use JIT just in time in order to maintain freshness and cleanliness of product. By using JIT, they are reducing their waste product as they are only catering for numbers of previous data. The just-in-time philosophy instigates production when, and not before, a customer requires something and embodies the pursuit and elimination of waste in production and associated with planning and purchasing. Lead time is the time it takes to process a requisition, process an order and receive the delivery of the product at the precise stated location. It is important to reduce lead times to reduce carrying costs, improve productivity, and to reduce inventory costs.
Right quality. The right quality is defined as the composite of all the characteristics, including performance of an item, product, or services that bears on its ability to satisfy stated or implied needs. Garvin's 8 dimensions of quality are performance, reliability, serviceability, conformance, durability, aesthetics, and perceived quality. Using statistical process control, it is an aspect of quality control management by using statistical methods to ensure that quality capability. A quality management system is an organizational structure, responsibilities, procedures, process, and resources for implementing quality management. The purpose of a quality management system is to ensure all aspects of quality are controlled. The Principality is an ISO 9001 and ISO 14001 certified organization ensuring that the quality meets international standards.